Hey, Moleni Bandase. I hope you guys are good. So, since we are in March and March, yes, March and March. So, we're talking about the illegal immigration evacuation in my country, in South Africa. And of course, other illegal immigrants are retaliating. But I would love to share, maybe other people are not sure about if bylaws is allowed in South Africa. And some of the bylaws is allowed in South Africa are when it comes to employment. They are saying that things like saloons, barber shop, selling veggies and fruits on the streets, shoemakers, all those informal trading that's in the townships, that's in the villages. You call it hood or whatever you call it in your country, but we call it ekas in South Africa. We call it townships, right? Those are reserved for locals. In other words, in South Africa, they are reserved for South Africans. But if you come to South Africa today and you have been in South Africa in the past, or you look online and you research illegal immigrants, they have taken over those local jobs. And I will say that e-government or even the law enforcement has something to do with this because they didn't enforce the law. But however, the illegal immigrants, they did not follow that law. They were disrespectful and taking jobs that were supposed to be South Africans. And no, it's not because South Africa says bana illegal or no. It's not because South Africa is saying that immigrants can come to South Africa and work. They're saying if you have a scarce skill that South Africa or South Africans don't have that skill, then you can come and work in South Africa. But many immigrants are taking up spots of South Africans, and mind you not, in South Africa, we have those skills. They are in the education sector. They are teaching in high schools. There are many qualified teachers who are sitting at home who won't get jobs in South Africa because there's someone from Zimbabwe or from Mozambique who's also a qualified teacher, but he will call their own and live in South Africa that is staying at home, qualified, waiting to get a job, and that South African won't get a job. So those are the laws that have been violated in South Africa. Okay, and the South African government or the South African the labor sector has the right to take those people out of those jobs to protect its citizens. It's not xenophobic, it's not Afrophobic. You prioritizing your own people first. If I come to your house, okay, I am hungry, I don't have a place to stay, you're not gonna chase your children away and say no, she can come, she can stay, she can eat. You're gonna make sure that your kids have food first and your kids have a place to rest. If you don't have if a place to rest for me, but if there's no food, there's not enough food for everyone, you can't let me eat, understandably, because you put your own children first. But when it comes to South Africans, people don't understand this logic. And the businesses and the immigrants that want to start businesses in South Africa, they are more than welcome. If they have 5 million rands in minimum to invest in the South African economy, they can. But many of them don't have. They are begging for scrums, they are begging for funding from South Africans. Make that make sense. And some of South Africans I have seen, they are working for these immigrants who don't even have money to invest in the company for free. How is that even fair? How is that even fair? I don't understand. I don't understand how people as logic work. Or maybe it's because they are very upset and they are very emotional that South Africa is finally standing up on its feet and saying, no, we need to come first in our own country. Because we have fought. Our grandparents have fought. Our grandfathers have fought for this land. They have died. Even children have died to have the type of South Africa that we have today. And we still need to do the work so that it can be improved. Okay? So there was a man here on the internet. I don't know what his name is. I don't know if he's Ghanaian. He was like, oh, you have provoked Ghana. Ghana won't forget. Ghana, please make sure that your celebrities in South Africa, they don't go to Ghana because Ghana does not like disrespect. They don't disrespect. They keep quiet. They, I'm guessing they have like good morals, according to him. And I'm not going to say his experience is invalid because we have different experiences with different people. But, sir, what you must understand is out of the 300 Ghanaians who went home, only 10 were legal in the country. So 390 were illegal in this country. They came here under false pretense. Actually, they broke the law. Because you're directing this at South Africans, right? They broke the law. They did. If I went to Ghana today and I broke their immigration laws, they would consider what I did a criminal act. They would consider what I did disrespectful because I didn't respect their laws. So what are you trying to say? Or maybe you were not aware of this fact, and that's okay. And that's okay. But Ghanaians have been here unlawfully and they have broken the laws. And there's some who have disrespected South African people. Maybe they don't disrespect back at home, but I've been disrespected by Ghanaians. I have. I have. In this country, in South Africa. Okay? So don't threaten us with make sure that you don't come to Ghana as celebrities. Make sure you stay away. We are saying that people that disrespect South Africans and or that can belittle us and make us live uh, a horrible life in our own country, we're saying, can you please, they must let us go. And for people that don't know, it was Ghana who started this thing. You can research it. Ghana said to Nigerians, I think it was in the 1950s, they said, Nigeria, pack and go home. They say illegal immigrants in their country must futeka, must tsamaya, must go. That's what Ghana said. Ghana started this whole thing. Okay? They did. They did. And they prioritized their own citizens first. And then Nigeria did the same thing to them. Nigeria didn't forget. In 1983, it was saying that Ghana must go. If you know those bags, they've been all over the internet. Okay? Yeah. Also, Nigeria didn't forget. And also, there are many Nigerians who are here that are breaking the law themselves. Okay? So, you don't make us look like we are the evil South African child, or we are the evil African child who does not want other Africans and all of that. And there are people from Ghana who understand what we've been going through in South Africa, and they support us. They see how we have been mistreated by other nationalities. All right. So we are not haters in South Africa. We are not xenophobic, Afrophobic. We have been mistreated and we have been disrespected, and we're saying to those who don't want to treat us well, they can go. That's what we are saying. And it's not because we are lazy. Because there was a man from Ghana who was saying, but oh no, South Africans don't speak good English. They are very illiterate. Are you kidding me? South Africans are in China. They are in Korea. They are hired by the Asian countries to go and teach English in those countries because they are preferred over the other African nationalities. So I don't know, sir. I don't know. And I was not taught by an immigrant in South Africa how to speak English. I was taught by South Africans. So I don't know where you're getting that from. Like, don't spread lies here. South Africans can speak English. We are not illiterate. Are you kidding me? We prioritize basic education, even in the villages. If a child does not go to school, the society is encouraged, go report to counselors that a certain child and a certain child is being abused or they are not attending school, so that that matter can be resolved from the villages. And I am from the villages. I'm from Eastern Cape in South Africa. In my village, every child, they make sure every child is at school. We prioritize basic education. In fact, it's free in South Africa. Stationery is free in South Africa. So please don't, out of your frustration that South Africa is finally standing up, don't spread lies. Make sure whatever you're saying, you say the truth. Okay? Maybe you've met one or two people that did not speak English,